Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm just going to do a short review on my experience with Surfshark VPN. So a couple weeks ago, right around Thanksgiving time, I was looking to purchase a good VPN service. I usually tend to make these purchases right around Black Friday sale, Cyber Monday sale, because you get some really good deals around that time. So, needless to say, there was no shortages of discounts and specials on VPN services. So, after a lot of comparisons and watching a lot of YouTube videos and reviews as well, I decided to settle on Surfshark VPN. And it's been almost a month now, and I must say, I am pleasantly surprised by this VPN service. So, just for those of you who don't know, some of the big advantages of using a VPN service are firstly, it protects your online presence by masking your public IP address. So, anything or anyone, I should say, that accesses the public internet, right? You're assigned an IP address by your internet service provider, right? And this IP address is basically your address. Similar how you have your postal address, it's your address on the internet. And the problem with that is that when you use your IP address to browse various sites and stuff, there are usually trackers that are placed on these sites that would track your online presence when you use your public IP address. So that's a big thing, especially if you're doing something and you don't necessarily want to reveal your public IP address. A VPN is pretty handy for that. It's a way of masking your public IP address. Another good thing about using a VPN service is that it encrypts your connection. So, for instance, if you're in a coffee shop and you're connecting to that public Wi-Fi, or if you're in a hotel lobby and stuff like that, um, that internet connection is actually really unsecure, right? If someone was sniffing, your traffic or eavesdropping, they could easily identify, sensitive information that you would be transmitting over that connection. So the VPN service is very good at encrypting your data, meaning that even if someone were to get that data, right, it would be basically gibberish to them. They would not be able to understand it. And last but not least, this is probably one of my favorite parts of using a VPN service is that it allows you to access streaming content outside of your region. So as you guys know, like Netflix and Prime Video and stuff like that, they basically have certain region locks. So for instance, I'm located in the Caribbean and I would only have access to the Netflix or the Prime Video libraries allocated to the Caribbean. I would not be able to access like US content or UK content, etc. The good thing about a VPN service is that it allows you to access all these various contents no matter where you're stationed, where you're located in the world. Right, so that's just a brief introduction what VPNs, there's a lot of other things they do, but that's just three of the main things in my opinion they do. So I'm here on the Surfshark website right now, right? And as you can see, it also blocks like ads and stuff like that. So you have that feature. No one really likes annoying ads. So it that's one of the feature. It blocks ads, trackers, all those different things. And one of the selling points to me with this particular service is that it allows you to use it on unlimited devices. So I literally have this like maybe on like 12 devices, I would say right now. It's on my phone, it's on my computer, it's on my television, and right down here you'd see it supports like all these different operating systems. Like you have Google Chrome, you have iOS, you have macOS, Android, Windows, Linux, so a bunch of different supports. So this was a major selling point for me because they were unlike some other VPNs that are limited on like maybe 5 or 7 devices and you have to pay extra for additional devices. You're allowed to use the service on unlimited devices. Another cool feature is that it has the bypasser feature. So like if there are certain apps that you want to go through the VPN service, say for instance like torrenting, etc., you want that to go through the VPN service, you could do that. And if you want your regular browser now to go through, your regular internet connection, I would say you could do that as well. So in some countries they kind of throttle and they ban torrenting. That's a great way you could actually use that by just going through a VPN service. Just a disclaimer, what I'm showing you in this video as well is just for educational purposes, right? Not intended to be used in any illegal way. And here again, there's some additional features of the VPN. So it has a no logs policy, meaning they only use servers, I believe, with RAM, random access memory on it. They don't have any physical hard drives, so they don't keep any logs or track your activity. So even if they are audited by a third party or maybe the government, they don't have any logs on you. So it's supposed to be really private in terms of what you do, your online presence. It has a kill switch feature as well, where if the VPN disconnects your internet connection as well too, just shuts down, instead of leaving you vulnerable without the VPN service. It also has a bunch of other features: private DNS, camouflage mode, and a bunch of other features here. Um, as I mentioned, it changes your IP address, it encrypts your connection, and it uses some pretty cool security protocols. If we scroll down here now, here's a bit of a comparison table. It shows you how it actually stacks up against some of the more popular VPN services. So as I said, one of the big selling points to me is that it supports unlimited devices. As you can see, some of these other VPN providers, they limit you as to how many devices you could use. Surfshark is unlimited, so this was pretty cool and definitely one of the big selling points for me. As I said, it also has ad blocker as well too, to prevent all those annoying ads. And it also has the bypasser, which allows you to bypass certain applications, so you could literally choose which one you want to use a VPN and which one goes to your regular internet connection. Also, they are actually independently audited, so they say they have a no log policy, and they mean that because they have third party auditors that actually audits the company ever so often, right? So as you can see, this basically, this kind of checks all the boxes I was looking for. And one of the great parts as well, I would say, of using this is that it has a 30-day money back guarantee. So even if you were to sign up just to try the service for a month, you could, and you're not pleased with it for whatever reason, you can get your money back for that month. There's no risk associated with that. And definitely, I would say, just on top of my list, that really caused me to choose this VPN service was the price. Look at that price. It's $2.05. This is US currency, a month. That is so ridiculously cheap. That's literally less than a cup of coffee a month. You're getting, this VPN with all these really cool features. So how cool is that, guys? This was definitely, I think maybe the main, aside from all the other great features like the unlimited devices, but this was like literally the major selling point for me. And this is on sale right now. This is a regular price, I believe, here, but it's on sale right now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave a link in the video description below where you could get this deal. So it actually is an affiliate link, just throwing that out there for you. So what that does, it doesn't cost you anything extra on your end. However, they do give me something, a little commission on my end, just for promoting the content. But that aside, guys, this video that I'm showing you, this review that I'm showing you, it does not factor in any way. This is literally my honest opinion of this VPN service, right? So that's $53.28, and that's 26 months of the service you could get for that price right there. That's a giveaway in my opinion. That's definitely a no-brainer. All right, so let me show you how this VPN actually performs now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come across here now to the speed test tab, and I'm just gonna reload this, right? And I'm just gonna hit on the go button to do a speed test. So right now the VPN service is not on. So I'm testing it. Digicel, this is my internet provider. So I'm just doing a speed test with my my regular internet connection to show you what kind of speed I normally get. Right, so this is super important. You want to get a VPN service that does not literally kill your internet connection, right? Because I've used VPNs in the past and it would basically give me like a quarter of my bandwidth, right, that I was actually paying for. And that's not the case with Surfshark, as you'll see in a minute. So I am actually paying for a 150 up and down, but I usually get a little extra for my ISP. So right now I'm showing I'm getting 163 down and 160 71 megabits per second up, and you can see my ISP is Digicel Trinidad. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to turn on Surfshark. So I just bring it up there, and let me just show you really quick all these servers. I think it's like 1500 or something like that servers you have access to. So as you can see, it's like a huge library. So essentially, once you click any of these servers, right, located in these different countries, it would, give you the appearance that you're located in this country. So if I were to click in Nigeria, it would give the appearance when I'm browsing whatever sites or accessing whatever content that I'm located in Nigeria or Panama or wherever, right? Most of my time and the services I want to access is actually in the United States, right? So I'm just going to choose one of these US-based servers here, right? You could also choose the quick connect option. I'm just going to select it right here. So I'm selecting the server in Miami and just give it like a few seconds for it to be connected. Right, and as you can see, we're now protected, our connection is safe. So let me head back over now to the site. So you're seeing my ISP is Digicel Trinidad. So if I were to reload the site now, right, and I just give it a second to reload and I hit go, right, as you could see that my ISP is now data complemented, right? It's not showing Digicel Trinidad anymore. And my IP address is also different as well. So what I want to show you here, guys, look at the speeds I'm getting. This is like, literally no speed has been reduced with my connection. And for any of you who have experience with VPN services, this you would know what I'm talking about. This is fantastic. This is like literally, it does not affect my internet connection, it doesn't kill my bandwidth at all, right? And this is particularly useful if you're streaming services like Netflix or Hulu, you know, any service that requires a lot of bandwidth. You want to be able to maintain that bandwidth. So as you can see, I have 152 down, 128 up, which is awesome in my opinion. Right, so I just wanted to show you that first of all, Surfshark definitely a plus in terms of maintaining your bandwidth when you connect to the servers. So what I want to do now, I want to actually disconnect from the service, and I want to head over to Netflix. And let me do a quick refresh on Netflix. And as I said, I'm located in the Caribbean, so I would have in Trinidad in particular. So you notice that it says top 10 TV shows in Trinidad and Tobago, because I'm actually only able to access the Trinidad and Tobago library, based on my IP address that I have gotten from my ISP, right? The problem with that is that the US tends to have a lot of good TV shows and movie and content that I want to watch, right? So here comes Surfshark to the rescue. So I just bring it back up there and I select back the server and give it a second to connect. It shows that we're connected. So now I head back over to Netflix. I'm gonna click a quick refresh there. And as you can see, guys, it shows me top 10 TV shows in the US today, right? So it's no longer showing the Trinidad and Tobago library, but it's showing us the US, movies in the US today. So how cool is that, right? And let me just do a quick test here. I don't want to infringe on any copyright laws or anything like that, but just doing a quick test to show you, streaming is almost instantaneously since it doesn't really affect the bandwidth, right? So super cool that you're able to access the US library if you're into that, right? And you're outside of the US, or even if maybe you're a traveler and you want to access your library back home, you could do that with this. So beside the US library, let me show you, I also sometime, would check the UK library. You could type, you could search up here too for like particular country if you like. So I'm just gonna choose, this UK server. I want to connect with it really quick here, and I'll show you guys how the Netflix library would also be updated as well. Alright, so now we're seeing US, and if I were to refresh, boom, as you can see, top 10 movies in the UK today. And you notice the content has changed there. Right? And it's as simple as that, guys. Changing through your various Netflix libraries, it's as simple as that. Super easy. Right? And this definitely was a big one for me, guys, because I'm a media junkie. My kids love to watch movies and TV shows and stuff. So this was definitely one of the big ones for me, right? So what I want to do, I just want to show you one quick test again before I end off this video. So I'm just gonna disconnect and I'm gonna come over now to Prime Video. And similarly to Prime Video, I know my where I reside, Trinidad and Tobago has a different library from the US as well, right? So if I were to scroll down here, you'd see it shows you, see, top 10 in Trinidad and Tobago, right? And it shows you only Trinidad and Tobago content here, right? And it's pretty limited, the content they actually give in Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of the things is just reserved for the US market. So again, Surfshark to the rescue. So I want to come back over here and I'm just going to select the Miami server again. Alright, give it a couple of seconds to do its thing. It says we're connected, and I'm going to hit the refresh button here. And boom, we now have access to the US library. So I notice it's a bit different in terms of with the Trinidad and Tobago library. It doesn't tell you, like how we saw before Trinidad and Tobago. It doesn't say, well, US library, but the content is definitely the US. As you can see, there's a lot more content here, just by doing this basic scroll here. Even some of the movies I noticed when I search for them, that's only available in the US, I could access it now, right? When I go through the VPN. So yes, so that's basically in terms of the media content part of it. So guys, as I said, so far I have been pleasantly surprised, and I'm super excited about Surfshark VPN. It's been great for me. It basically checked all the boxes I was looking for. Unlimited devices. It has some great encryption algorithm. It has, it allows you to access all these various streaming libraries, and best of all, the price, right now you could get this for $53.28 for 26 months. That's crazy, guys, right? So it's a little over 2 years, so that's crazy. So um, if you're interested in getting a VPN service and you're not looking to spend a lot of money and you want something with great speeds, access to all these various libraries and servers, and protection, most importantly, I would highly recommend Surfshark. Not because I heard about it, but as you can see, I'm actually using this thing, and I can definitely vouch for it 100%. If you're interested in getting this, I'm going to leave a link in the video description. You could use that to get this 84% discount right now. Guys, so that brings us to the end of this video. Remember, if you like the content I'm creating, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also click on the notification bell to be notified once a new video is released. Also, if you use Surfshark VPN or perhaps you use another VPN service that you're super excited and pleased about, I'm interested in knowing. Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, thanks again for viewing. See you soon.